Hey guys, I wanted to start this video off with one of the coolest yet simplest builds I've probably ever made. So to build it, we just gotta smack down a 6 tall andesite wall. From there, we're gonna be adding on 12 crispy gray glass panes on this side as well as the opposite. And now on top of the build, we're gonna plop down a polished deep slate wall, and we're gonna extend that over to the left and to the right, and then just squeeze out a few more on top of that, and we'll place our block on top. And now we have this pretty awesome giant sword stuck in the stone. But that is just our first of 12.3 different micro builds we're going to be making in this video. Hey everyone, I'm Blocky Bryson, and in today's video we are going to be building up 12.3 different micro builds, and we got everything from castles to axolotl merry-go-rounds, and even a teensy teensy nether portal. And also what I mean by a micro build is pretty much just anything that fits within a 3 block by 3 block space. And with that said, we could hop back into Minecraft and get to work on some more of these micro builds. And our second build here is another pretty spicy one, and it's also probably the smallest Minecraft castle you've ever seen. So for this castle, we're going to stick down 4 of these stone brick blocks in each of the corners just like that. And by the way, all the blocks I'm going to be using for these builds are just down in my hotbar, but let's move on by wedging down some of these walls in 3 of the sides, and this side here is going to be our entrance, so we're going to leave that open. Now let's just hop inside and place down our stairs on top of each of these walls. And from there, we're going to feed in 2 upside down stairs onto both of our corner side blocks. And we'll do the same on the other side as well. And our home for our single slab is going to be right on top of the doorway here, so we could squeeze in just like this. But our build is currently looking like a guy who tried to jump while doing a headstand, so let's head up here and add in our tower tops by placing in some stairs on each of these corners. And that finishes up our 4 corner towers. We're also going to want a tower in the center here, so we're just going to need a temporary block like that and our stone brick in the center. We can now remove the temporary block, and on top of this we're going to build up our tower by placing in a wall, then a fence, a red wool on top of that or whatever color you want your flag to be, and we also need a temporary block like that to finish off our flag. And now the next time you're in danger, you and possibly one other friend could squeeze in here and hide for safety. And now we're on to build number 3. So we're actually going to start this one off by doing a little bit of texturing on the floor. I'm going to place in a hay bale there. I'll do 3 coarse dirt like that and make a pathway there. And you can obviously pretty much do whatever type of combination you want for any of this. And once we got that down, we're going to place down 2 pokey fences in the back corners, and in the front will be 2 even pokier fences. And those fences are there to support our wool blocks, which we're going to place 1 white wool on top of this one, and a white wool on top of this one here. We're also going to place 1 to this side to create a little bit of arch like this, and once we got that down, we just need our blue wool layer and another white wool layer. And just in case you're getting a little bit scared from the shade in here, we're going to place down 2 of these chunky lanterns. And the very last step to finish off our build is our chunky chest. And now we have the perfect little build to sell a few bits and things, maybe do some trading, or just to put in your town for a little bit of decoration. And for our 4th build here, we're heading up to outer space. So let's start by flinging down our toasty warm glass blocks here, and we're going to go yellow, then orange, then red. And around these glass blocks, we're going to place in some randomized glass panes, and we're just going to kind of make it look like some smokiness around the flames. And now that we're done working on our flames, we're going to build up the big boy itself. So let's start out by placing down our blackstone block on top of the flames, and then from there we have to extend out all 4 sides using some temporary blocks, and we're going to go out on 2 on each of these. And the reason that we're doing that is to get in our stairs correctly, because when we come and place it on this block now, the stair faces just like this, which is exactly what we want. And once all 4 of those are in just like this, we could remove the temporary blocks that still remain. And continuing upwards, we're just going to go boom, ting, 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 ting. And after those goes another 4 calcite blocks, and then it's going to go 2 calcite blocks on either side, then a black stained glass block on the other 2 spots, and we're also going to be putting in 4 walls in each of these corners. And then it just goes bop, 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 temporary block, block right there, and a wall on top. And now we can launch ourselves to the stars in our own single-man rocket. And now on to build number 5. So I'm actually going to start this one out by trying to get some random colored blocks up in the sky here. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to go to the back corner, and we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Once we get that done, we could break the bottom 4, and now we could do our next block just right in front of that one, but we'll only go up 3 blocks and break the bottom 2, and then we just want to keep on smacking these guys down in this corner now. So we'll do one at that height there, looks good, and we just have one final one to go in this corner, and we'll go up to a height of 5 once again, and that should give us a pretty random placement for all these different blocks. And underneath each one of these, we're going to place a birch fence, just like that. And now comes the fun part. We want to keep on dropping these eggs until we get 4 baby chickens. And once all 4 of those babies are out and about, you want to go and wrangle them, attach this guy to this fence, wrangle the next one, pick his fence, this guy to this fence, and our final guy to our final fence. And our next step is to get all them into the fun pit right here. So we want to place down our blocks just like this, just to kind of give us a bit of a barrier so they can't get right back out. So this guy gives me some room, we could get that one down, and now it's just going to be shoving them all in. And now we're just down to our final guy right here, and there we go. And to finish it off, we're going to place down our slab right here to kind of act as a rock that they're all anchored to, kind of. But anyway, we have these lovely set of balloons all attached down to their anchor rock. And on to build number 6. So we're going to start out by placing down our 5 stinky glass blocks just like that in a little bit of a star shape. And then in each of the corners is going to be our not so stinky glass panes. And on top of this, we're going to barf out these glass donut looking things. So we get our 8 blocks in just like that. And we're going to go up another 2 layers. So it should now look something just like this. But before we go any higher, we're going to want to place in our tropical fish at the bottom, a dirt block on top of that. Then we're going to hoe it so it turns into farmland and plant our carrot. From that point, we're going to pop out 3 glass blocks just like that. And in all 4 of these corners, we're going to place in glass panes. Then on top of this is going to go a glass donut minus the 1 hole we're leaving right here. So it'll be 7 blocks wrapping around, just like that. And then at this point, we're going to go inside our cubby and place down a temporary block and our log on top of that. And the reason we do that is so it could be facing upwards like this. And now we could remove this temporary block and get whatever animal we want inside here, whether that be a chicken, which would be a lot easier, or a rabbit, which I think is pretty cool. So we'll get that guy in here, and then we want to immediately place down our glass block to seal him up, another one on top of that to finish up our jar. And now we have this nice jar of life with a full ecosystem with our rabbit, farmland, and our fish at the bottom. And this 7th build here is one I really quite like, especially how simple it is. So we're going to start out by placing down our base, which is going to be some netherrack blocks, which go in this weird Z looking thing like this. And our 2 other spots here are going to be our magma blocks. Now on top of here goes a blackstone wall that stretches across from magma block to magma block. On top of them goes 1, 2, and 3. Same on this side, 3 more. Then in between them is another block like that. And to finish off our portal goes the 2 glass panes. And I think this build is just so simple but really creates a nice looking effect. And you may not be able to go to the nether with it or anything, but I think it's pretty cool. And our 8th build here is definitely one of the most fun, so let's start out by breathing and then smacking down 8 stairs going all the way around us in the center here, so we get a sort of donut looking thing like this. And then at this point we're going to put down our 3 spruce fences before it's too late, and then it's going to be our 3 axolotls, and we can just place these in any of the corners. As long as we put them in all different corners, the water should fill in completely just like this. And now we're going to snag each of those axolotls and attach them onto the bottom fence here. And already you can see they start going a little bit crazy. And so I'm guessing this is a bug, and I don't know if it's going to be around forever, but these tied up axolotls like this just speed around, and it's just so much fun. So this guy here, he's just chilling. And just to finish off the build, we're going to get down 2 slabs like that. On all 4 sides of it are going to be our orange concrete blocks. Then we're going to do a bit of an angled down block like this by placing in a bottom half slab, 1 underneath it, and we're going to do the same on each of these corners. And now we have the perfect little axolotl spot with some shade, and these axolotls swinging around to actually go in the water when they go through like that, so they're constantly getting rehydrated. But yeah, I really just love this one with the axolotls zooming around like that. And now we have build number 9. So this is going to be a pretty fun just fall or Halloween build. And we're going to start it off with 3 smooth red sandstone in a little C formation like that. And then we're going to go to the side and place in a stair facing down like that. Same on this corner. And we're going to go to the other side and do the same as well. And on our front spot that's still open, we're going to place down a stair facing upwards. Next we're going to squeeze down a stair like that, spink one down like this. It's going to be 5 blocks in the back here, And our final spot is going to be a stair facing downwards, and we can do that by placing it on this corner. And continuing on, it's going to be a stair there, a stair here, same on this side, a stair facing that way, and a stair facing that way. And then we're just going to fill in the rest all with solid blocks like this. And to finish it off, it's going to be a stripped spruce log on top, a fence on top of that, and a green wool to the side. And now we're all done with our cute little screaming pumpkin guy. And we could also swap this stair right here, which is a solid block, so it could be more of a not so screaming pumpkin. Ooh, and I also decided you could also replace this block with a solid block to get this more derpy looking guy. But anyway, we now have this cute looking little pumpkin. And just like that, we're on to build number 10. So let's start off with another rack in the back corner. We're also going to build one to the side of it. Then this side here is going to be a whole layer of magma blocks like that. Then it's going to be soul sand, another rack, and another soul sand there. And then one layer up, it's going to be a soul sand in that corner, to another rack, and a third one to the side. And we're almost done with our whole bottom section. Let's just finish it up with another to another rack. And now this another rack is just temporary, but we'll place it in there. One on top of that. We can now remove this one, and the one on top of it is going to extend out into both these edges and create a 3 little arrow thing. And our next crack-a-lackin' layer up is going to be 3 netherrack in the back, then 2 out this way, and 1 to the side. Then just one more layer, it's going to be another rack slap, quartz to the side, another netherrack, magma big boy, then just another rack in the final 4 spots. And then to bring the build to life, we're going to place lava right in the center block, and that's going to flow down through the whole build. And that just leaves our final step to place in these 2 weeping vines. And just like that, we now have this little chunk of nether cut out and placed in the overworld. Build number 11. So for this one, it's super simple, but I still think it's pretty nice. It's just going to be 2 logs up in the center, then leaves all the way around it, going on this whole layer, just like that. Then on top of our log, once again, it's just going to be 5 and a little bit of a star shape like that, and we create this cute little tiny tree. So yeah, nothing too crazy, but I still really like this one. And build number 12 is definitely one of our more detailed ones, but we could start it out by placing in 2 grass blocks in the front. Then right here is going to be a stair, facing just like that, and we're also going to put in a stair to this side. Then kind of where both these stairs are facing, we'll come right here and place one like that. Another one here to kind of continue on the trail, one there, and one here. And the guy to finish out the first layer will be this little stone block in the corner. And on our second layer up, we're going to do a wall on top of this grass block, a wall on top of this stair, then also 2 walls back here. And then there's going to be a stone block in between these 2 walls, and a grass block in between these 2. And our very last thing for this layer is just a grass on top of here. And now let's place in another 3 walls, one on top of this wall in the corner, one on the stone block, and one on the grass block. And then it's just a stone block in between these 2. And next we got a formation of a stair placed in while facing this way, a stair placed in while facing this way, and one while facing this way. And we're almost done with the blocks. Let's just place in 2 more grass here, a wall on this one, and a grass on top of this grass. Then we just need a little bit of decorating with a lichen here, and on this grass block, a flower on top, and another grass on top of here. Now we're just going to fill in some water in all these spots, try to get everything right here, so those are all filled in. Then our final spot goes right on this one. And just like that, we get this tiny but beautiful little waterfall. Now you guys might be wondering why I said 12.3 builds in the beginning of the video. Well guys, I really didn't want to include this one, but Little Jerry literally forced me to, so it's not that good, so I only said it's 0.3 of a build, but here it is anyway. Oh hey Little Jerry, yeah, this is a pretty awesome build you have here and everything. You want, yeah, this is really awesome, yep. But yeah guys, he spent like 3 hours working on this thing, and I mean like, just look at this dude. Oh hey. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and see you later.